Hey biatches, with a capital H, I'm going on a 2-month RV trip, and this is day 1. I started off with getting my house ready to leave, so I changed my sheets, I unpacked some shit. This is called procrastination at its finest. And then I changed my catchy filter. Oh my god, look at those bugs. I did some last-minute video of my house before I left. This is my son's room, my bathroom renovation, my daughter's room, my other bathroom, my living room, and then my kitchen. I know you're jealous of my style, and if you copy it, I do not blame you. And then we hit the road. I saw a lot of mountains and a lot of gas stations. This is what they don't tell you about RVing. Like, for instance, we stopped off at this place called Boomtown. With a name like Boomtown, you would think it would be epic. Like, I wanted to say Boomtown was boomtastic. It did have a family fun center for kids, but we mostly stopped off to get some food. This is my mediocre breakfast food at 3 p.m. Needless to say, I still wanted my comfort snack. Salt vinegar is the best flavor. Fight me on that. Here's the part of RVing that sucks balls. Like, we're supposed to be at the campground by now, but 4 hours can be like 6 hours. Also, in Nevada, even gas stations have casinos. Here's another tour of a gas station. If I have to see it, you have to see it. You're welcome, I'm just sharing the joy. Another thing I don't tell you is how much you live off gas station food. I'm surprised I haven't croaked from disgust. And then we arrived, and I pushed out my side out here and covered the disgusting picnic table so I could sit my ass on it. Then we headed to the grocery store to grab some supplies, and then I saw the pink sauce there, which I'm like, who's buying this? Especially after all the TikTok drama. Then we roasted s'mores that was incredibly unepic. Stay tuned for more mediocre adventures. Hey booty lickers, so as promised, this is day 2 of my fabulous RV trip. I started the day off with this beautiful sight. And of course, as your coffee date friend, I must make myself a cup of coffee. You must get yourself one of these stovetop espresso makers. All the broke people have them. And after breakfast, we took a tour of the grounds. It was quite luxurious. I mean, how lucky I am to get to live this way. And then we decided to be adventurous and drive down to see a ghost town. But all we saw was this swarm of crickets everywhere. Sadly, no ghost town, so we went to a rest stop instead. And then decided to go mosey downtown. Here is their downtown. Isn't it spectacular in all its glory? Then we stopped in for lunch at this pizzeria, which stated that they had the most perfect pepperoni pizza. I mean, no spoilers, but I'll let you guess if you thought it was perfect. And then we went to the visitor center, where we saw some animals trapped behind glass. That was so sad, guys. I am so against animals in captivity. Oh, and then they also had a display about cowboys and buckaroo and lots of rocks. Apparently, they're really known for their rocks. That literally was the best 2 hours of my life. Then we headed to the grocery store again, and I saw some spiky fruit and also some cactus. Tell me, how do you guys make that? What's good? Then I edited some video and watched my kids do this. That was fabulous. Then I proceeded to make dinner. And this is me ending a day with a reshoot of a sponsored video. Obviously, they paid me the big bucks for that. Thanks for tuning in to another uneventful day. Hey, assbutt. So this is day 3 of my 60-day RV trip. I started off with this footage. You would think I was aspirational, but this is how my day really started. I made coffee in the back of my RV. Mediocre, I know. And then we started getting ready to leave, so I'm sweeping out the RV here. This is my OOTD of the day. And then we packed up the Starling. This town where we're at had nothing, but it had a grocery outlet. I got myself a couple of extra blankets, and now we're on the road again. I saw lots of mountains, lots of dead grass. I saw a rest stop. And here's where we saw those big-ass grasshoppers again. Then I shot a dumbass video to make myself look aesthetic, but not. That tunnel was the highlight of like a 4-hour drive. And here's another gas station, guys. This gas station, I have to say, was stacked. And this is where I picked up a brisket taco. I don't know why I expected it to be good. It was not. And here's some more footage of some mountains. And then we made it to the salt flats. Not gonna lie, this is on my bucket list. I even tried to nugget of salt off the ground. And it's worth it to drive all the way in because the salt is so much white. That's the thing. The epic part of my day was only like 30 minutes. Then we found a campground about 30 minutes away where there was a questionable wading pond. This was in the middle of a desert and it was a recreational vehicle area, but we didn't mind. I ended the day with watching my son hit some ball, and then I did another really embarrassing influencer thing and recorded myself walking. What the fuck? Hey, Cootie Licker. So if you're following along, this is day 4 of my 60-day RV trip. This is what I woke up to. Drinking coffee and a pile of sand. I watched my son hit some balls. I watched him pick up some ball. And before you knew it, we were on the road again. I forgot to record a whole bunch of stuff because it's actually really hard to remember to record every second of your day. And we arrived to our campground really early, which we've never done before. This campground, you guys, is nice. And I kind of feel like I'm going to be spoiled with all the amenities. Like, how can I go back to living a mere mediocre campground life? After that, we kind of set up our outdoor space. Actually, it was a waste of time because later on it became super windy and it rained a lot the next day. And then I started dinner. and then finally got to sit down and relax a little bit. Then afterwards, we did a small little tour of the campground. Here's a sneak peek. I'll do a full video later if you want, or not. It might get really backed up with video, and it will never see the light of day. And then afterwards, we went downtown. We saw this thing called Temple Square. Salt Lake City downtown is really pretty, you guys, and super clean. And then we walked over to the planetarium where the kids got to enjoy all these free exhibits. Full video on that later. But you know what I was surprised about? Everything was closed, and so many vacant buildings. And then we had dinner at Uncle Hot Pot, where I really got Uncle. Question for you: would you eat at a place where the website is daddymeats.com? This tray of seafood at the Hot Pot place, I'll make it glorious. Watch me eat this raw crab. It was so sweet and so good. More on that later. To be continued. That is all. Bye. Hey Arsling, you haven't guessed by now, I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and this is day 5 of 60 days on the road. I started this morning with grabbing a cup of coffee from the clubhouse. Like, why make coffee when somebody does it for you already? And then I made pancakes for my kids. This is my OOTD for the day. The downside of RVing is sometimes you need conditioner and you don't have any. Like, my hair is looking crazy. And then I took my kids to the Children's Museum, which absolutely is the coolest spot. I mean, just look at this ball area. And they had a whole pretend town with a place to fix bikes, a house, a grocery store, a water table area, and so much more. I'll share a full video of this later, unless it gets lost into the abyss. And then we wandered downtown for a bit and I found a candy shop, and I ran some errands and got some boba, and found a Trader Joe's. Afterwards, my daughter begged me to go swimming. I tried to convince her not to because the wind here, guys, crazy AF. Will blow your weave straight off. And then I went into some laundry. While I was waiting, I kind of hung out at the clubhouse so that way I can get some free time to myself. Because living in a small-ass place with people is not the business. And for the rest of the night, I forgot I was doing this vlog and started recording. Oh, and also it rained. Hey, poo-poo head. Welcome to day 6 of 60-day-ish on the road in an RV. I started the day with a much-needed shower, and then I fixed something on my Etsy shop. And then I took my kids to the zoo. Now, this zoo in Salt Lake City is so beautiful. However, I hate to admit I have been to many zoos, and this was good, but not my favorite. At lunchtime, I tried these sweet potato fries drizzled in maple syrup. Must try. It's actually really good. But the highlight of our zoo trip was when the polar bear decided he wanted to wake up, and then he swam in this big circle for like 30 minutes straight. I would have to say this is the best polar bear interaction I have ever received. And watch how close the polar bear gets to this glass. Like, bam! He does that so many times. And afterwards, I was exhausted, so we came out to the RV, and I napped in my son's bunk. Look how small this thing is. And then later on in the afternoon, we went to the aquarium where we saw a penguin. This exhibit was top-notch compared to what we saw at the Tampa Bay Aquarium. Now, those were some sad, sad penguins. And then we crossed a rope bridge and walked through the Amazon. We always try to find one pho place in every city we go to. This one didn't disappoint because it was right next to a Crave cookie. We do not have Crave cookies in California, okay? Oh, and I experienced my first Utah soda, and it was delish. Someone needs to bring that to California. The verdict is in. Crave cookie is better than Crumble. There, I said it. Then I ended the night with watching my daughter play at the playground. Now I'm gonna go to sleep in a tin can. Bye.